Imagine walking into a massive Vegas sports book. You're looking at, I don't know, 300 different screens, all playing different games in flawless 4K resolution, and there isn't a single HDMI cable inside the walls.
Yeah, it sounds almost impossible, right?
Right, but today's deep dive looks at the invisible architecture that actually makes that possible. We are examining a detailed product page from HDTVSupply for the DVDO H265 4KENC-1 AV over IP encoder.
Which, yeah, is a bit of an alphabet soup of a name, I know.
It really is. But our mission today is to demystify what this gear actually does and, discover how massive 4K video networks are built and managed right under our noses.
Because it really is a complete paradigm shift. I mean,
Yeah.
the old constraints of physical cable length are just gone, entirely replaced by standard data networking.
Right. But before looking at those massive display setups, we obviously must understand how a single 4K signal travels.
Yeah, you have to start with the basics.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this. This device takes a heavy 60 Hz 4K video signal and uses advanced H.265 compression to send it over standard Cat5e or Cat6 cables.
And that's up to 120 meters on Cat 6, just for the record.
Wow, okay. So the way I think of H.265 compression is it's like magically vacuum sealing a giant heavy 4K suitcase so it fits into a tiny Ethernet-sized carry-on without ruining the contents.
That is actually a great analogy because, instead of sending 60 completely new photographs every single second, it only sends the pixels that actually change.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so if you're watching a soccer game, it holds the static green field and only transmits the data for the players running across it.
That makes so much sense. So it saves massive amounts of space by not, like, resending the grass over and over.
Exactly. And why this matters is that despite this heavy compression, the transmission latency stays incredibly low. We're talking 130 to 200 milliseconds for 4K.
Which is basically unnoticeable.
Right, you bypass the strict distance limits of traditional HDMI cables, but you keep that real-time feel of a live broadcast.
Okay, so now that we know how it moves one video signal, what happens when we multiply it? Because the specs say the system supports up to 256 encoders, the input sources, and 256 decoders on the display side.
Yeah, it allows for incredibly flexible one-to-one, one-to-many, or even many-to-many configurations.
Oh, wait, wouldn't managing up to 256 separate 4K streams simultaneously over a network just become this chaotic, tangled nightmare for the user? Like, wouldn't it just bottleneck the whole system?
You definitely think so.
Uh,
But what's fascinating here is how this technology uses packet switching. It effectively turns a standard local area network into a massive organized video matrix.
Okay, break that down for me a bit. How does it organize it?
Well, traditional HDMI is like a dedicated physical highway for a single car. AV over IP takes that heavy video and chops it into tiny labeled digital envelopes.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, so a standard network switch doesn't just flood every cable with every single stream. It intelligently routes specific packets only to the decoders that actually request them.
Oh, wow. So that's how it enables those massive sports bar TV systems mentioned in the source material,
Exactly.
which naturally leads into my next question. Answering that logistics issue, how does a user actually control this massive matrix without a giant physical switchboard?
Well, it's all controlled via a free iOS or Android app, and it actually features a real-time video preview.
No way. So you just see what's playing right on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, it utilizes PoE, or power over Ethernet, meaning just one cable handles both data and power.
Which is huge for convenience. I mean, maintaining stable 224/7 operation is so much easier when you aren't managing hundreds of power bricks.
Oh, absolutely. And depending on the decoder used, it also supports building up to 5x5 video walls or using multi-view modes like picture-in-picture, 2x2 and 3x3 grids.
That is just wild. So to sum it up for everyone listening, this $499 device really serves as the critical starting point for highly complex, customizable, low-latency video networks.
It really is the engine that makes the whole modern video architecture possible.
Totally. So we'll leave you with a final question to ponder. If a single encoder can seamlessly route hundreds of ultra-high-definition streams across a building with just milliseconds of delay, how might this invisible network architecture completely reshape the future of live events and shared physical viewing spaces?